Shar, and I single-hand my Pacific Seacraft Prelog 34. Come join our adventures on the open sea. Okay, good morning everyone. This is Wednesday, February 25th. A whole day after the storm subsided on yesterday morning. It was almost a 48-hour storm. Not quite, maybe 36. But anyways, I'm getting ready to pull up the anchor and kind of show you how I do it. My engine's already started. And I basically just keep it in neutral unless I start to have a problem, and then I may have to go back and kind of push it forward. Right now the winds are still kind of out of the north. I thought they were going to be more out of the east, but they haven't switched, so around 5 to 6 knots. And so yeah, I did rehook my bridle after the problem, and right now she hasn't wrapped around herself, but of course we're not in the crazy winds and the waves that we were in previous, so we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, and I have a remote radio frequency remote, so it works as long as I'm not standing in between. The mast is in between us, because the mast will block the signal sometimes. And so it is battery operated, and sometimes the batteries just kind of plop out of position. I've tried to bend the little prongs in there to keep the battery in there, but I don't know. It is what it is. It's Lumars. So, and I have a Lumar windlass. So here we go. So I always, like I said, tighten up, back, apply a second point of preventing the chain for putting tension on the windlass gears. And I say that because I put that back on there after I pulled the anchor up. So it looks like there's not much tension on the anchor right now. I'm going to show you before I pull it up. And, so my bridle has done what it was supposed to do. See? It hasn't twisted around. And I can see my chain going off on that direction. Okay? So what we're going to do, I guess, let me see if I can attach. Okay, maybe I didn't have you the right way. Sorry. So my bridle's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And so yeah, so I've already loosened the secondary line on the chain that I put on it. So make sure that when this lets go, I've still got something hanging on. So, all right, then we're going to bring up with this and see how it goes. So, and they just kind of do it in stages. If there's no current on it, or a lot of strong winds, then I just kind of, once I get it up to the boat, I just take the up to the bow, I just take my bridle off and take care of that, and then pull up the rest of the chain. But when there is a little bit of wind, you got to do it in stages, because I'm single-handed, so I don't have anybody back there driving the boat. So it's kind of how I do it. I just let the boat drift towards the anchor and relieve a little bit of tension. And this kind of saves on my windlass. As you can see, it's you know, relaxed more now. You can always tell when it's tight. And I will tell you, having this remote is the best thing I could have ever done. So, yeah. There's sometimes this is a bear. Alright, so we've got this part done, and I'm going to take you back a little bit. So, yeah, I'll put you on this side. I don't know. So you can see. Okay. Alright, and I have my hose ready in case there is a bunch of stuff on it, because this is kind of a mixture of sand and whatnot, mud, seaweed, grasses. Alright, so we're gonna take the legs of the bridle off the cleats. And you're not going to be able to see this, but I am pulling them through the holes at the bow. Different names for them. I call them haws, but you know, where the lines go through. Alright, we're going to do the starboard one. Bring it up. I've got quite a bit of chain out. So, that was 100 feet, that yellow. And you can tell far it's coming up pretty clean, which is good. You can hear it that it's really twisted. So it's okay. So right now, let's see, we are near the anchor. We're pulling it up, and it's coming up with lots of sand as it filters off. So there you go. She was dug in there. So I'm going to clean that off. Clean off the swivel. Now this is a 45-pound Mantis anchor. It has the roll bar on it, so if it lands upside down, it repositions itself to where the spade will be in the right position to dig in. So this is salt water. This is not fresh water that I'm rinsing with. Okay, so there you go. I'm gonna pull it up some more. I had to adjust the clutch several times because it didn't feel like it was, it felt like it was not tight enough. The clutch was slipping. So I think, because I did maintenance to it and I had to disengage the clutch and I had to readjust it. So let me just pop that down a little bit here. There's always a trick to it. So I am going to show you, okay, the other, so I always have this line up here. This is always my backup line. And it was something I used to do on my other boat before I had a bridle. And I had a lot longer line. And I would go and do the same thing the bridle did, but I'd be further down the chain on the outside of the bow there, and then bring it back to the cleats. So it's kind of like a rolling hitch, okay, my variation. And what it does is it tightens, okay, it allows, it won't, you know, it tightens around it and it doesn't, I've never had it slip. And then I tie it back to my cleat. So then, even though I have an anchor, okay, so I have an anchor storage thing. It helps keep the anchor in place, especially when you're bouncing around. All right, so now I am going to come back. I'm going to drive the boat out to a little bit more open water and pull up the sails. We'll be back. without the winch. Start really doing something. So I'm going to shut these cleats here for all the reefing lines. Straighten out my mess here. Got it, everybody. Okay, so I've got the autopilot set right now, and so we're going to get ready to pull the head sail out. We're kind of on a, I don't know how long this is going to last, because I think it's going to clock around on us a little bit, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and pull out the head sail. We're on a port tack. Kind of in between a close haul and a beam reach. So we'll see. I've got everything ready to go. And so we're just going to pull out the sail, the head sail. This wind's not too bad, so I can actually cleat this off first, which is for the furling. You don't want to get your fingers in here. So I'm going to put some wraps on there. Grab the winch rather, handle. Boost it up there. Apparent wind is 11.2. You can hear that. I do have a mic. I keep forgetting to set it up. Charge it up. I finally got the part that works with the GoPro. It was a two-part deal. red channel marker out there, and we'll be going to the other side of it here, so that we'll be in Hawk's channel. And another crab pot. They're everywhere. Should fly a little bit better. There. Keep an eye on them. So we should have just go by, which is that red channel marker right there. So we're going to be entering into Hawk's channel.